Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about parallel lines cut by a transversal line and its angle measure. Now for our learning target in this video, I can solve and identify the angle measures of parallel lines cut by a transversal. Now before we proceed to our discussion, let's have a short recap of the angle pairs formed if parallel lines are cut by a transversal. First, we have the alternate interior angles. Next, we have the alternate exterior angles. Next, we have the same side interior angles, same side exterior angles, and lastly, we have corresponding angles. But I'd like you to know that apart from these angle pairs, you can also have linear pairs in vertical angles or even adjacent angles. But for this lesson, I would like you to focus on these 5 angle pairs. Now moving on, so last meeting we discussed transversal. So just a short recap, in this illustration, we can see line M and line N are parallel lines. And we can also see here line A as our transversal. By definition, we can see that this line A intersects line M and line N at 2 different points. So that's why line A is our considered transversal line. Alright, so we are going to recall as well the different angle pairs that we've discussed last time. So by definition, we do have this given figure. Now let's identify the alternate interior angles in here. So we do have angle 7 and angle 4. So again, this one is considered an alternate interior angle. So apart from this, there's another pair and that would be angle 8 and angle 3. So this one and then this one. Okay. So next, alternate exterior angle. So a while ago, we gave an example for alternate interior, but this time we're gonna have alternate exterior. So that means we're going to focus at the angles formed outside the parallel line. So that includes angle 5, 6, 2, and 1. But for our example, in this angle pair, alternate exterior angle, we do have angle 5 and angle 1. So we have here and this one. Okay, so one more pair apart from this would be angle 2 and angle 6. Alright, so this one, so it's alternate exterior angle. Next, for same side interior angles, so we have that means that we are going to look into the interior angles on the same side of a transversal. So here for angle 7, so it is paired with angle 3. Okay, and for our another set, or another pair of same side interior angles would be angle 8 and angle 4. Okay, we're done. Alright, so next let's proceed with same side exterior angles. So this time, so we're gonna have angle 5 and angle 2. Okay, another pair of same side exterior angles would be angle 6 and angle 1. Alright. Next, let's proceed with corresponding angles. So by definition, let's say for example, we have angle 5. So what will be our corresponding angle to angle 5? That would be angle 3. Alright? So how about angle 6? So angle 6, it is paired with the corresponding angle of angle 6. It's angle 4. Alright? Okay, apart from this, we can also have another set of corresponding angle. What about angle 7? So for angle 7, we can have angle 2. Okay, and one more. We have angle 8 and angle 1 here. So again, we do have 4 pairs of corresponding angles in this illustration. Now, before we proceed with the angle measures per se, now I'd like you to remember this additional information. Corresponding angles are congruent. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Alternate exterior angles are congruent as well. Same side interior angles are supplementary, and same side exterior angles are supplementary. So these informations are very important later on, especially if we're gonna be dealing with angle measures already. Alright, so for our first example, we do have find the measures of the rest of the angles given that measure of angle 1 is 130 degrees. So my strategy in dealing with this problem is that I'm going to put the given data or angle measure here in the illustration. Okay, so I have 130 degrees for angle 1. And then next to that is I would usually apply vertical angles. We all know that angle 4 and angle 1 are considered vertical angles, right? So that means we can apply the idea that vertical angles are considered congruent angles as well. Thus, if angle 1 is 130 degrees, therefore we can conclude that the measure of angle 4 is also 130 degrees. Alright? Now, moving on to angle 1 and angle 2. What's the relationship of angle 1 and angle 2? As you can see, they are linear pair. And we all know linear pairs are supplementary angles. Thus, okay, the sum of the measures of angle 1 and angle 2 should sum up to 180 degrees. So here, if we do have 130 degrees for angle 1, what's the supplement of this angle measure? So definitely, we're gonna have 180 degrees minus 130 degrees. So we'll have 50 degrees. Now, we can say that the measure of angle 2 is 50 degrees. So again, same manner, as you can see, angle 2 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Therefore, we can say that angle 3 measures 50 degrees as well. Alright? Now, moving on to the next application of our previous definitions and terms. A while ago, we've mentioned that corresponding angles are congruent as well. Now, in the illustration, look into pair of corresponding angles. So, angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles, right? So, therefore, if angle 1 is 130, then angle 5 is 130 degrees as well. But guys, take note, apart from considering the corresponding angles, you can also use the idea of alternate interior angles. Diba? A while ago, I recalled that alternate interior angles or alternate exterior angles are congruent. You could also apply that. So since angle 3 is 50 degrees and we mentioned a while ago that alternate interior angles are congruent, thus measure of angle 6 should be 50 degrees as well. Alright? Okay. Now apart from that, you can also check that angle 5 and angle 6 are linear pairs. Thus, if we're going to add up the angle measures of these two angles, it should be 180. And yeah, it's correct. 130 plus 50 degrees, it's 180 degrees. Apart from that, there's also another way. For example, you're gonna apply the same side interior angles. As what we recalled a while ago, same side interior angles are supplementary. Now, looking into angle 4 and angle 6, they are example of same side interior angles. And take a look with the measures that we've got. 130 and 50 degrees sum up to 180 degrees. Thus, they are actually supplementary. Now, we are almost done. Now, let's continue after applying those corresponding angle, alternate interior angles, or even same side interior angles. After that, you can now move on with some other angle pairs that you would like to apply. But for for me, I'm gonna apply the easiest one, the vertical angles. Angle 5 and angle 8 are vertical angles, thus angle 8 measures 130 degrees as well. Then, lastly, angle 6 and angle 7, they are considered vertical angles as well. Thus, measure of angle 7 is also 50 degrees. Same with angle 6. Okay? But again, if you don't want to apply the vertical angle concept, you can apply the vertical some other angle pairs that we've discussed in this video. For example, you can also apply again the corresponding angles concept, just like what we mentioned a while ago. Corresponding angles are congruent. So for example, angle 3, the corresponding angle of angle 3 is angle 7. And we all know corresponding angles are congruent. If angle 3 is 50 degrees, thus angle 7 is also 50 degrees. Alright? So, all of the angle measures that we get in here are interrelated with one another. Alright? So, since we are able to label already or identify the angle measures for each angles, we can now write here or rewrite our answers here. So for measure of angle 2, it's 50 degrees. For measure of angle 3 is also 50 degrees. For measure of angle 4 is 130 degrees. Do not forget the angle measure, the unit of measurement, the degrees. Okay, and then measure of angle 5 is 130 degrees. Measure of angle 6 is 50 degrees. Measure of angle 7 is 50 degrees. And lastly, measure of angle 8, which is 130 degrees. And now, we're done. Now, for our next example, identify the angle measures of the rest of the angle. F, measure of angle 4 is 115. So, let's look for angle 4. So, here is it. It measures 115 degrees. And we also have measure of angle 13, which is 55 degrees. There. So, even though we do have these two transversal lines in here, line A and line B, we can still find the measure of the rest of the angles, provided that we do have two given data in here. So, I'd like you to focus or work on this data one at a time, alright? So let's start with angle 13 first, alright? So now, for angle 13, it is given that the angle measure of this is 55 degrees, and we all know angle 6 is its vertical angle, thus it is also 55 degrees, right? Now, after that, you can also see in here that angle 5 and angle 6 are linear pairs, okay? Thus, we are gonna find the supplement of 55 degrees. So, what is the supplement of 55 degrees? That is 125 degrees. How did we get 125 degrees? Gonna have 180 minus minus 55 degrees. So we're gonna have 125 degrees. Alright? So now, after that, the angles 5 and 14 are considered vertical angles. Thus, this is also 125 degrees, the angle 14. Okay, we're done. And now, let's move on to the upper portion of our illustration. Let's look into the corresponding angles, or maybe you can apply the same side interior angles or exterior angles or any other angle pairs that we've discussed. But as for me, I'm going to apply this time the alternate interior angles, and we all know that alternate interior angles are congruent. Thus, If angle 6 is 55 degrees, then I could say that angle 9 is also 55 degrees. On the other hand, angle 10 should be 125 degrees. It's an alternate interior angle with angle 5, right? So they should be congruent as well. Now, I will apply the idea of vertical angle again. So angle 1 and angle 10 should be both 125 degrees, and angle 9 and angle 2 should be both 55 degrees as well. So this time, we're done with the half of our illustration, the left side. Now we can move on to the next half of our illustration. Okay, so it's gonna be your choice if you're going to write already all your answers here at the bottom portion of our illustration, or you can proceed with the second half of the illustration. But as for me, I'm going to continue my solution first, okay, so that I could focus easily. Now I will proceed with 115 degrees. It's also given that measure of angle 4 is 115 degrees. Hence, we can say that angle 11 is 115 degrees as well. Alright, now moving on, angle 3 and angle 4 are linear pairs, right? Thus, they should be supplementary. So definitely, we're gonna have 180 degrees minus 115 degrees. So subtracting this one, we would have 65 degrees. Alright? So that means angle 3 is 65 degrees. Same goes with angle 12. Alright? Since they are vertical angles, they should have congruent or the same measure. Alright? Now moving on. So this time, I'm going to apply alternate interior angles again, wherein we all know that alternate interior angles are congruent. Thus, angle 12 and angle 7 should be both 65 degrees. On the other hand, angle 8 will be 115 degrees. And to continue, angle 15 is considered a vertical angle with angle 8. So it's gonna be 115 degrees, while angle 16 should be 65 degrees. So angle 7 and angle 16 are considered vertical angles, thus they have the same angle measure. Now we're done already for the following angle pairs. Okay, now let's proceed with filling in the data or summarizing all the data that we gathered. So for angle 1, we got 125 degrees. For angle 2, we have 55 degrees. For angle 3, we have 65 degrees. For angle 5, onto angle 5 is 125 degrees. Angle 6 is 55 degrees. Angle 7 is 65 degrees. Angle 8 is 115 degrees. Now for angle 9, we have 55 degrees. There's a lot. Angle 10 is 125 degrees. Angle 11 is 115 degrees. Angle 12 is 65 degrees. Angle 14 is 125 degrees, and then last two, angle 15 is 115 degrees, and angle 16 is 65 degrees. So we're done. Hopefully you understand our example in this particular task. Alright, so what about this second task? What if we do have this expression given? Okay, so we do not have the choice, but of course to create our equation to solve this problem. Now, first thing that you should do is you need to identify what is the relationship of the two variables being given. So as you can see, this angle, this one, and this one, the relationship exists as alternate interior angles. So you need to take note of that. We have alternate interior angles. And in our additional information a while ago, I've mentioned that alternate interior angles are always congruent or supplementary. Okay, so it is actually congruent. So again, alternate interior angles are considered congruent angles. Also, thus, from this concept, you can create your equation. Again, it says that alternate interior angles are congruent, therefore you will have 60 equals 8x minus 4. So again, if we consider the two angle measures as congruent, therefore they do have the same measure. So translating it to a mathematical expression or equation, this will be our equation. 60 is equal or have the same measure with 8x minus 4. And then after this, we're going to have our computation. We combine the constants that we have. So 60, and then we're gonna have the shortcut. So to isolate 8x in here, we're going to add, okay, the inverse of negative 4 to both sides of the equation. So we're gonna have plus 4 equals 8x minus 4 plus 4. But we all know that negative 4 plus 4, that would be 0. So we're gonna have 60 plus 4 equals 8x. Alright, negative 4 plus 4 is 0, so we're going to eliminate that one. At the right side, the remaining expression would be 8x. Okay, so combining like terms, 60 plus 4, that would be 64, and then equals 8x. But I am asking only for 1x. But here in our computation, we still have 8 x's. So what are we gonna do? Just like what we did in our last week's discussion. So to find out the value of the variable, one variable only, we need to apply division. So in this case, we're gonna have, I'm gonna continue here. So 64 divided by 8. Okay, so here in math, we're going to have this process. Okay, we divide both sides of our equation by the numerical coefficient of our expression here at the right side to eliminate this one. And we're gonna have x. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. And then 1 times x, it's x. So therefore, we have x at the right side. And 64 divided by 8 is 8. So that means we're able to find out already the value of x. For our final answer, x is equal to 8. Now, if you would like to check if you got correct answer, simply substitute the value of the variable here in the expression. So we got 8 times, what is the value of x that we've got? It's 8 here, and then minus 4. So what is 8 times 8? That is 64, right? 64, and then minus 4. 64 minus 4, that is 60. So definitely it's the same. We are able to find out if our value of the variable is 8, then we can actually have an angle measure which is both 60 degrees. Alright, so that means we got correct answer for our value of x. Alright? Alright, so how about our task number 3? Find the value of x. So it's the same manner. First, we're gonna start with identifying what is the relationship that exist in the given angle pairs. So as you can see in our illustration, this angle and this angle are considered same side interior angles. So we have same side interior angles. Now going back, what is the idea that we have for the angle measures of same side interior angles? A while ago, for the additional information, we mentioned that same side interior angles are considered supplementary angles as well. Thus, from this concept, we can have our equation. Now, what do we mean by supplementary? It means that if we are going to add the angle measures of the two angles, then it should sum up to 180 degrees, right? So that means simply our equation would be, we're gonna sum up the 4x plus 6 and the 30 degrees, and it should be equal to 180 degrees. As easy as that. Alright? But later on, make sure to write the unit of measurement, the degrees, in your final answer. For the meantime, you're gonna focus with the values. Alright, so what can you see in our equation? We do have constant terms. We have 6 and 30, so we needed to combine this. So we have 36 equals 180 degrees. Apart from 6 and 30, we can also see here that 36 and 180 are considered constants as well. Thus, we're going to isolate 4x, the left side, by adding negative 36 or the inverse of 36, to isolate the 4x. So that means whatever you added at the left side of the equation must be the same thing you're gonna do at the right side. So here, you can see negative 36 plus 36 would be 0. Now, we're gonna have 4x already equals 180 minus 36. Now, what is 180 minus 36? It is 144. Alright? Now, but what we are looking for right now is the value of 1x only. The same thing we're gonna do, we're going to divide both sides of our equation by the numerical coefficient 4. So that we're gonna have 4x divided by 4, that would be 1x or x only, and then equals 144 divided by 4, that would be 36. Now again, for our final answer, we do have 36. Now for your checking part, you can simply substitute. We have 4 times 36 plus 6. Okay, so let's check. What is 4 times 36? That is 144, and then plus 6. So 144 plus 6, you're gonna have 150. I'm gonna put here degrees. 150 degrees plus 30 degrees. Okay, so again, you're gonna have 150 degrees plus 30 degrees. It is actually 180 degrees, which is actually true since they are supplementary. So that only means that you got the correct answer, which is x equals 36. Okay, one more example application. What about if we do have this illustration? So familiarize the location of every buildings or infrastructure in the given illustration. We can see shopping mall, coffee shop, market, hospital, church, playground, school, police station, and a house. Now, if the police station is located at the area 70-degree angle, then find the angle of the location of the following infrastructures or building. Now, you can pause the video for a while, and then if you're done, you can check your answers, but allow me also to explain how are we gonna get this answers for this problem. So as for me, I don't want to um, make a mess in this illustration, so I could redraw a simple parallel line cut by a transversal line. Alright? Now, so it has been mentioned that the police station measures 70 degrees. So in the location, in the illustration, we can see that the police station is here, which is 70 degrees. So from that idea, we are going to identify the measures of the rest of the data. So just like what I mentioned a while ago, I'm going to consider first the easiest one, the vertical angle concept. So we have 70 degrees in here since it's vertical to this portion, and we can also say that this 70 degrees is considered supplementary to this angle. So therefore, what's the supplement of 70 degrees? It's 110 degrees. So definitely, if this angle is 70 degrees, the vertical angle to this would be also 110 degrees. Now, we're done with the upper portion of our illustration. We can now proceed to the lower portion of our figure. Now, this time, I'm going to consider the idea of alternate interior angles. Wherein, we all know that alternate interior angles are congruent. Therefore, this one is considered alternate interior angle of this angle. Definitely, it will also be 70 degrees. On the other hand, this portion will be equal to this angle, which is 110 degrees, right? And last two, so I'm going to consider the vertical angle this time, which is this angle measures 70 degrees as well. And lastly, this one will measure 110 degrees. We're done. Okay, so lastly, we're just going to identify the corresponding location to the original illustration that we have. So for our mall or coffee shop, we're in this portion. Okay, so this one. So this is 70 degrees. Okay, the location of our shopping mall or coffee shop is represented by 70 degree angle. All right. Now for our market, where's the market? So this one, that means this portion, that would be 110 degrees. All right. Next, we have the hospital, which is vertical to the market. That would be 110 degrees as well. Okay, and for our school, where's the school? This portion and this one. So that's gonna be 110 degrees. Okay, moving on to playground. Where is our playground in the original illustration? This is our playground. So it's gonna be 70 degrees. Okay, next we have church. So our church is here. So that means it's gonna be 70 degrees. And lastly, for our house beside police station, so this is our police station in the original illustration. So the house is here. So it's gonna be 110 degrees. So that's how easy the application of our angle pairs even in our community map. You can also apply that, especially if we do have uh, an activity about directions or location of a particular building or infrastructure, wherein we do have a parallel lines cut by a transversal. So that's it. Now, hopefully, you've learned something new with this lesson. And if you do have questions or clarifications, do not hesitate to message me or have the consultation time anytime today. So, thank you so much and God bless everyone.